Keeping it real, who that sports pod, legendary coach Rock, go 17. Let's rock. Who that? Boss kick, black and gold. Let's go. First and goal from the one. Best believe we go punch. Punch in there, get them punch. With them Saints, watch us march. Down the field, down your throat. Keeping it real, who that sports. Breaking news, interviews, open lines just for you. Call in, join in. Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk Saints football. Y'all know what time it is. Time to keep it real. Let's go. Family, family, family. The doors are not open. So you already know. Come on in. What's going on, family? It's your boy, DOLPH Jackson. This is the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast, and we're brought to you by the Come On In Sports Network. Hope you all are having a great Saturday. Listen, family, the Saints are off today. And listen, we're going to talk about the first 3 days of camp. Listen, I'm going to put the link in, family. I want you to come on. We want you to talk to us. I say us because I got a special guest in the building, baby. He family, man. Family's back in the building. So without further ado, man, Logan, man, come on in. What's going on, Logan, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Dolph. I'm doing well. Can't complain at all.
Glad to have you, man. Logan's joining us today, man. And listen, we're going to talk about the first three days of camp. A couple players that have stood out for Logan, myself, and for you, Who That Nation. And, of course, we're going to get a recap of the day 3 action as we will go to Louisiana.net. And our guy, our brother, Ross Jackson, as he does, only as Ross does, baby. He breaks it all down for you, baby, and lets you know what was the going on at Saints camp. All right, we got a few people already in the chat. Thank you all for being here. Live. He's in the building. Jay Live. How you doing, man? Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Live, I see you, baby. I see you. You taking that bait, baby. Eating them cookies. You got your Jake Haener fan club picture back up. I got your president. Young City Night World. What's happening, baby? How you doing? Come on in. All right, Black and Gold Standard. How you doing? Come on in. Thank you for being here, baby. All right, family, listen. Let's talk about the first thing we're going to start with, man. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Yesterday, Logan, it was Jake Haener's turn to go with the ones yesterday. And from everything that I'm hearing, it was an okay day for Jake. Do you think that Jake Haener is really a serious candidate for the starting quarterback job, or do you believe the Saints are kind of like throwing him a little nugget right now?
I firmly believe it is exactly what you said there. I think they're just throwing him a bone because, let's be honest, Jake Haener, I don't think has a shot in heck at being the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. It's either going to be Tyler Shough or Spencer Rattler. And right now, I would have to say Tyler Shough is probably going to be the starter unless, Spencer Rattler just absolutely looks like Peyton Manning in preseason. But I can say this. It looks like it's going to be a tough decision between Tyler Shough and Spencer Rattler. Just going off of what I've been reading and hearing from some of my media colleagues, because they're both looking good out there. One day, Spencer Rattler looks like he is a Hall of Famer, then the next day, Tyler Shough looks like it. It's a true quarterback competition, right. And I've said this before. The first true quarterback competition we've had in New Orleans since the year 2000 with Jeff Blake and Aaron Brooks, and I'm here for it. So, but as for Jake Haener, he does not have a shot at all. I don't mean to be rude to the Jake Haener fan club or anything like that, but I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Right. And really the most consistent quarterback has been Spencer Rattler. And what's impressive is Spencer Rattler's taking his good play from OTAs, minicamp, and he's taking it to the first 3 days of training camp. He's looking good. Now, everyone would like to say he had a bad day 2 because he threw the intercept Okay, but other than that intercept, from what everything that was reported, the kid still had a solid day. But yesterday was a bounce back day for him. Coming back after throwing the first and only intercept, I believe, of camp so far, and he had another strong day. He seems in command. He's processing quicker. He's getting rid of the ball more quicker this season. But of course, all this is on air right now. I mean, there's a rush, but it's not consistent like it's going to be come Monday.
Right.
Monday is the day, family, where we will see as the pass will go on Monday, and I can't wait. I'm going to have my notifications set on all for everybody because I want every bit of information. And one area that I'm definitely going to be paying attention to, excuse me, is left guard. I got to see when the pads come on. And what we have to remember is Penning has never played guard before. So it go be growing pains. It go be growing pains, family. But I want to see how long it takes him to adjust. Does he have a short term memory? If he gets beat on one rep, how does he respond the next rep after that? And that could be safe for everybody on the team. But now, what would be your assessment so far of Tyler Shough?
Well, I mean, he's a rookie. He's going to have like growing pains, like you mentioned with Trevor Penning at guard. It's not going to be like he's not Jaden Daniels. He's not any of these. He's not C.J. Stroud. He's Tyler Shough, and
Right,
he's learning a new offense for like what the eighth time
right,
in many years. It's going to be growing pains, and we're going to have to live with it
yeah,
because, like I said, not everyone's going to have those seasons like Jaden Daniels had or C.J. Stroud had, or even no one's going to have a 1984 Dan Marino season either.
right.
So we're going to have to just take the good with the bad. And I'm sure there's going to be more good than bad because, I mean, I'm predicting that Tyler Shough is going to have a fairly decent season as the starter if he should win the starting job. But the only thing I can go off of is the footage that I've seen on social media because I'm not out there, unfortunately, to see it with my own eyes. But the footage that I've seen, Tyler Shough has been having good ball placement, just as well as
Yeah,
Spencer Rattler has. I
yeah,
mean, there was one play that I seen where he threaded the needle to Juwan Johnson, and
yes,
that
yeah.
was a
That
very
was a
very
throw I
good
saw.
play.
I witnessed it too. That was an awesome throw.
It really was. That's good ball placement. So Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough have been. It's been a boxing fight.
Right,
It's like Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson, basically at this moment. You don't know
right.
who's gonna win.
Right. And for those who are not familiar with what Logan's talking about, it was 7-on-7, and Jawan was running, I believe, a crossing route. JT Gray was underneath. Terrell Burgess was over the top, and was it Ugo Amali that he beat off the line, the trailing position? I'm not sure, but anyway,
I'm not
like
sure.
like like Logan's saying, man, the ball placement. He actually let go of the football before Jawan even had crossed the back of JT Gray. The ball was already in the air, and where the ball was placed, it was nowhere in danger of any defender being able to get to it. It was a dime. It was a hell of a catch by Jawan. Also, by the way, man, it was a beautiful touch pass, and what Logan is saying, and what everyone who was there is saying, that he has those moments when you see why this kid is viewed as special and was so highly regarded by people once they got to studying him in the draft process. So again, he is a rookie. It's gonna take him some time, but again, he hasn't been bad, hasn't been close to bad. Like Logan said, it's a battle. But right now, if the Saints were to play a game tomorrow, Spencer Rattler will be your starting quarterback,
That's
hands
true.
down,
True.
hands down. And what I'm noticing and what I'm hoping is, like I said when this competition began, I'm hoping we come out this with two franchise quarterbacks. Now, what that would mean is whoever you pick as the starter, we hope we pick the right one, of course. And secondly, you'll have one that can be a trade bait and get something in return. So actually, this can work out in great, and that's why I think they're giving Haener also reps too. Because let's say Haener looks good in the preseason, his opportunity to start and even probably be a backup here is not strong. But maybe he catches the eye of another team, and they may be like, "Hey, we'll give you a fifth round, sixth round pick for Jake Haener, and maybe a new start somewhere is what that young man would do." You got to like his moxie. I like his moxie, man. I love his confidence in himself, man. And speaking of these quarterbacks, man, um, Coach Kellen Moore in the post practice video, he called the battle hard and noted that all three signal callers have rotated and that all two have been doing really, really good in his eye. He loves what they're doing. And again, each quarterback has gotten their turn with the first team offense. Now, Spencer Rattler said that he's locked in. Like when he's scanning through the fields, he's locked in. I think in a day-to-day age where distraction is everywhere, this is Spencer Rattler. My biggest thing is living in the moment. And right now, Spencer Rattler, man, he's living in the moment. And if I can go back, let's remember this young man coming out of high school was one of the highest, if not number one rated quarterback when he came out of high school, highly regarded. At one time, he was predicted to be the first quarterback chosen in the draft. Spencer Rattler. He was. So the talent is there. The talent is there. I don't know why we got him in the fifth round when we got him, but we got him. We got him. So the talent is there. And though he tried to play it down in a recent interview about the chip on his shoulder, it's a huge chip on his shoulder. He has a huge chip on his shoulder, and that's what I like about the kid. The moxie he has. And the more I hear Tyler Shough speak, the more I watch this kid in practice, see the footage of him. I like him. And I liked him when I saw him at the Senior Bowl. Mm-hmm. He stood out there. I just think the Saints have two very good young quarterbacks that are vying to be the starting quarterback for this team.
So I just want to touch on something because I seen a comment. So here's the thing. I'm not saying who I want to win. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing. Do I want Rattler to be the quarterback one? Sure, if he wins. If it's because this is going to be a fair fight, regardless of what people are saying. It's a fair fight. Kellen Moore is not Dennis Allen. He has no agenda, no ties to any of these players. It's really a fair fight from what I've been hearing, and right now it is dead even. I don't have a horse in this race. Whoever Kellen Moore chooses, that's who I'm riding with. But everything that I've heard before even camp has started, even going into the draft after Tyler Shough was chosen, was Tyler Shough is Kellen Moore's guy. So I don't have a horse in this race. I really don't. I mean, if we had Shedeur Sanders, I would be all over Shedeur Sanders. So,
right.
But just I have a very unbiased opinion. I don't have a choice. The only person I don't want being a quarterback is Jake Haener. Other than that, if it's Rattler, cool. If it's Tyler Shough, cool. Because either way, I think we're going to be okay no matter what. Because both have both have traits that are like they're both mobile. And they both have really high Q football knowledge. So I mean, I think it's going to be a fight until the bitter end. I mean, it might take all the way until the third preseason game to actually decide.
Yeah, right. Gundam said, "Don't worry, Rattler will win QB1." All right. WD in chat line, CB, what's up, baby? Man, come on in. What's going on, man? WDN chat line is in the building, family. Y'all already know the great work they do over there, man. Follow my brothers at the WDN chat line. Glad to have you in here today, my friend. Thank you, my brother. Gundam says, dead even now, Rattler leads the way. Who that? All right.
This is going to be, hey, it's just like the year 2000, 2001 again.
I'm telling you, like I said, from the first show I did after day one, you got your Rattler cronies, you got your Shough cronies, and you got your fan club of Jake Haener, J Live, by yourself.
I'm in none of these fan clubs. I'm just whoever Kellen Moore picks, that's who I'm riding with. I don't have a preference at all.
Gotcha. And listen, again, I don't believe we go wrong with one of these two kids starting. All right. Every great quarterback at one time was where these two kids are right now,
Mm-hmm.
having to prove themselves. They were rookie quarterbacks. They were second year quarterbacks. They were young quarterbacks. They were quarterbacks with not a lot of experience, but hey, they got a chance to develop. They got a chance to play. They earned it, and they happen to be, which I think gets overlooked a lot of times. They happen to be in the right situation for them with the right coaching staff to help develop their talents. And I'm hoping, and from all indications, man, Kellen Moore from right now, what Coach Moore has impressed upon me is his attention to detail. They since day one, everything that's being reported is it's short practices, about 90 minutes, but they're getting so much done in those 90 minutes than they have done in recent camps. They just went through red zone on day 2. Last year, I think it was practice 7 or 8
Yeah,
before
it
they
was
even
really
got
late.
the red zone. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had a couple. You've already see a couple design QB runs for Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shough, and that he's put in. So he's going to take advantage of the athleticism that both of these kids have, that has been overlooked and underappreciated. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing the total toolbox treasure chest that Coach Moore will open up with his young quarterbacks, playing to their strengths instead of trying to
Right.
force them to do something or just to play within my system. This is what I need you to do. Okay, instead of adjusting his system to around what they do best. If that makes any sense to everyone. Okay, Sydney Cox. Hello, Sydney. How you doing? Come on, come on in. Sydney's in the building, baby. Gundam, I appreciate you, baby. Gundam's in the building. Gundam, come on in. Tedra, I ain't get you, baby. I got to get you, baby. Tedra, man, come on in. Thank you for. He's here. Y'all call him the OG, but here we call him Uncle Jerry. Jerry, how you doing, baby? Come on in. Oh, it's Saturday, baby. Same football is back, baby. Gundam's in here. Jerry's in here. Sydney's in here. Oh, man, look who's in the building. Man, you ain't that young no more. But young Sydney Nightwall, how you doing? Cluey Street in the building, baby. Come on in. Thank you for being here, family. Hey, family, do your boy Dolph a favor. Smash the hell out that like button. If it's your first time, subscribe to the Keeping It Real Who That Sports Podcast, and also to Come On In Sports Network. Now, again, so we're talking about the quarterback battle going on between Rattler, Shough, and Haener. Um, right now, you would have to say that as of today, Spencer Rattler is the front runner to be the starter, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not a significant gap where you're like, oh hell, did the Saints make the
It's very small
wrong
gap.
choice? Yeah, yeah. Damn, did the Saints make the wrong choice? But with on Shough, no, it's not that, and thank God. Now it's just 3 practices in. We got to practice tomorrow, and then Monday, baby, the pads come on. That's when we start playing football. That's when we start playing football Monday when those pads come on. But right now, the installation of all the
system.
offense and defense, the systems, is what's been going on. And also, man, shout out, man, to defensive coordinator Brandon Staley and his guys on that side of the ball, because we already have reports this week that even the third team was they were communicating and understanding, changing plays, man, and just to be in the first or second day of camp, and those guys were communicating things, working in unison, man. Let's hope that carries over into the regular season. And I'm gonna go somewhere right quick, man. Let's talk about the safety room right quick. First of all, once again, shout out to Tyron Matthew, man. A job well done, my friend. Enjoy your retirement, my brother. Your retirement, you did it, and you did it well. And you beat all the odds. You proved all the naysayers wrong. And congratulations on a great Hall of Fame career. and I can't wait to see you get your yellow jacket. I believe it's
Oh
coming, my
yes.
brother. I believe it's coming. But now he leaves. How big was the Justin Reed signing now? My God, how big was that, Logan? Because imagine if we didn't have Justin Reed and Tyron made the same decision he made. My goodness, wow, we'll be sitting here different right now. We'll be trying to sign Blackman, Simmons, and whoever else. We'll be trying to bring a lot of players in. But first of all, let's speak about there's no doubt about it now. The leader of the secondary is Justin Reed. He's the leader. Speak on him, and also, what do you think about the addition of that? I'm happy about and excited about Julian Blackmand.
So for starters, the answer the first part, Justin Reed is going to be a huge presence in that secondary room. I mean, he brings Super Bowl experience, and he's your big factor now that Tyron's gone. He's gonna, because if we didn't have Justin Reed, like you said, I don't know what the heck we would have been doing. We probably would have been trying to trade for a play or trade for a safety, signing Justin Simmons, Blackman, and everyone out there you can imagine. So the signing of Justin Reed is definitely bigger now in the blender because of Tyron's retirement. So, but that safety room is quite underrated now because you have Justin Reed and now you have Julian Blackmand, who I can't believe the Colts didn't bring back. I get it, injury history, but if you look at the stats, I mean, his stats just stand out to me. He's a good tackler. I mean, I'm not going to say he's like a ball hawk like Tyron was, but I mean, 10 interceptions combined the last 2 seasons. So Julian Blackmand and Justin Reed are going to be a good dynamic duo together, I feel. And they're both young. I think Justin Reed's only about 28. Julian Blackmand, I want to say, is 26. So you're going to have them for a while. Maybe you have 5 years with, Justin Reed, or maybe even longer. Then you have maybe like 5 to 7 years with Julian Blackmand if it all works out. Because Julian Blackmand is on a kind of like that Chase Young kind of deal, like that 1 year, 5 year prove it deal because of the injury history. But I feel Julian Blackmand is going to put it all together. He's going to be healthy this year. I mean, he's had a strain of bad luck when he was with the Colts, injury-wise, so I think he's going to shake back and play very well. And, I mean, it's a young secondary, but we have your 2 veteran safeties, and even though we have those guys, I really do like Sanker. I think they're going to use Sanker a lot and throw him in there. And even Howden, I mean, I know people are very down on Howden, but I think with the new regime on defense with Brand Staley and the secondary coach's name escapes me at the moment, but I think Brand Staley's gonna get a lot of good out of Jordan Howden.
And Jordan Howden has been taking first team reps next to Justin Reed, just to let y'all know. Now, and they don't just throw no anybody out there. There's a reason for it. Now, listen, we know the kid's talented. Now, for some reason, he kind of, I don't know, after that rookie season, things just didn't go right with him and Dennis Allen's system. But it's a new day, and right now, he has an opportunity. Sanker has an opportunity. But I fully expect when we open up against the Cardinals, our safeties will be Reed and Blackmand, and I'm perfectly fine with having those 2 young safeties of Howden and Sanker as the backups. And listen, in Staley's defense, you can see a little mix and match. We would definitely see those kids highly involved on the field during the season. Now, we got a question from the chat, Logan. Tedra says, I wonder who's taking first string reps as the 4 linebackers. Do y'all know? Well, we know the first 2, Nephi Sewell and your guy, everybody's guy, Danny Stutsman. Look, everybody's talking about him. Nick Newman's raving about him. Ross is raving about him. That's good enough for me, baby. So we will see. I can't wait till the pads come on. Everyone's talking about this kid's his instincts, his sideline ability, and I can't wait till the pads come on and we get to see him like a heat-seeking missile, man, roaming that field. And also, it seems that DeMarco Jackson seems to have made strides. So let's continue. We know he's a core special teams player. as well as a linebacker that I'm so ready to see with pass on, and I think he can. I'm anxious to see how Coach Steeler will use Jalen Ford
Mm-hmm.
because I think he can be like, man, I think coming off that edge, man, I with the speed he possesses, athleticism, I think he can be a really tone setter as far as getting after that quarterback and providing tackles for loss. And when you look at it now, a position that was a concern heading into camp, into the all season, right now it's not. Stutsman, the return of Nephi Sewell, a full year gone on. This would be a second year removed from that injury he had when he was progressing well before that injury happened. He was oncoming. Jalen Ford, of course, his season got cut short by injury, but when he came back, he was really good on special teams. Now can he carve out reps? And there's Chris Rump the third,
Mm-hmm.
who's had his moments in camp. Of course, he's bought in. He's familiar with Coach Staley's defensive philosophy. Had him in San Diego. His thing has been injuries with him, so he's another guy. And Isaiah Foskey. This should unleash Isaiah Foskey. This is familiar to you. This is what you played at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you were wrecking havoc. This is why you're the all-time sack leader at Notre Dame. And I saw him taking first team reps out there yesterday. So let's see if this is the year that Isaiah Foskey finally gets it and that he's more comfortable. So hope that answers your question, Tedra. That's so far. That's what I've noticed. Let's see. We got a new. Dana, how you doing? Dana, come on in. Dana's in the building, baby. Tedra said, I wanted, you wanted Tyron to retire. He was not the same. We needed to get younger there. He wasn't the same, but damn it, he led the team in intercepts last year. He was still a playmaker. So, but I understand what you're saying. No, he wasn't the honey badger when he came into the league, but he was still an instinctive, smart, intelligent football player who can make plays. Remember that intercept in the end zone last year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Tyron still had it, bro. But listen, like I said, man, some things are more important than football, baby. Family.
Right.
Football is gonna be gone. Family always gonna be family. All right. What else we got up here in the chat? Okay, Tedra says he likes Sanker. Me too, man. Again, a lot's gonna be told when they get into the pass this upcoming week in the first preseason. Man, we're actually what? Oh, how many days away? Because the
I
first
think we.
preseason game is Thursday.
And
And
then I.
do the same play Saturday
I, I don't think so. I'd have
or
to check the schedule.
the
I
following
haven't.
Thursday. I don't think they. Let me see, because I don't think we do.
I
But
don't
I
know.
know one thing: Thursdays they're gonna be football this next weekend. This is
Mm-hmm.
the last weekend without NFL football, baby. I can't wait. College football is about to kick off. LSU's in camp, baby. Man, the first week, by the way, not getting off the subject, but my God, the first week of college football, it ain't
Mm-hmm.
Cupcake City no more, baby. Oh, it's big boys taking on big boys. It's playoff implications from week one, from game one, go. By the way, if you go lose, you might want to lose early. I'm just saying. You can lose early, but you don't want to lose late. I'm just saying. All right. Did you get it, Logan? Just pull it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do that. I distract people at times, but
It's okay.
be running my mouth, man. Be running my mouth. Uh, but while Logan's looking that up again, man, Danny Stutsman, man.
I got
Uh,
it. So,
okay.
first, the preseason schedule August 10th, August 16th, and August 23rd. So, it's
Okay.
vastly approaching. So, I think in about 2 weeks,
Two
I want to
weeks.
say. Two
Two
weeks,
weeks
if I'm
we get
correctly
it,
on.
and they'll be out in California taking on the Chargers. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts
2
about
weeks.
them being out in California for a couple of days before that game, but yet deciding not to do joint practices with the Chargers? What's your thoughts on that?
So, I mean, I think this is typical. But I mean, I do appreciate Kellen Moore bringing it back to Metairie. Why, I think the reason why they didn't do it last year was because they was doing construction on the cafeteria or on the
Right.
facility for whatever reason. But it being back in Metairie, I'm glad Kellen Moore did because in California you're in that cool weather, it's great. But down here in Louisiana, you're in the hot, like humid
Right.
weather where you can actually get conditioned because I've always said this: if you can get conditioned in playing in that hot Louisiana weather, regardless if you play inside of a dome or outside or whatever,
Mhm.
I think you're pretty much set for the whole season because the weather down here is much different than it is in California. We got
Yes.
the hot, humid, wet kind of weather where you're breathing in water basically. In California, you're not doing it. It's 70 degrees,
Right.
75 degrees every single day, sometimes 69 degrees, whatever.
Wow.
And it's just, I think it's better for you to practice in the hot weather down here because I think it conditions you better. So I think them going out there 2 days prior to the game, I think is smart because you get out there, you get settled into your hotel rooms, you get a couple of days of meetings, things of that nature. You're there and you don't have to be jet lagged because I know these teams get jet lagged because they're always hopping on these
Right.
planes going places. So I'm thinking it's actually a good thing that they're going out there about 2 days prior to get a day to get settled in. You practice a day before, maybe walkthroughs, and then it's game time after that.
Right. And speaking of, now I'm gonna stay on the defense side of the ball, and I'm gonna talk about our two starting edges because they've been looking good, man. Granderson has been seen as bringing urgency off the edge in first team reps. Chase Young has been flashing his explosiveness on one pass rush that he has had, and we're gonna need these two young men. Last year they combined for a total of 11 sacks. We're gonna have to get that up by 10. If they can combine for 21, 22 sacks combined this season, hey, that would be wonderful because I believe that pass rush is going to be a key indication on how good of a start this team can get off to. This defense is going to have to keep this keep the Saints in games early. Look, we got an early season game. I'm glad it's early. We go to Buffalo. Right now, every analyst, every pronosticator, they're calling it an L. And cool, I understand it. I understand that. I'm not upset. I ain't in my feelings about that. I can't be. But I continue to see and hear about the rankings and how the Saints are ranked
30
just
second.
32nd or 31st in everything, in every skill position. And I'm sitting here and I'm literally going around the internet, around the web. I'm going on the other teams' websites to the content creators, to the team reporters, and I'm looking at their rosters. I'm hearing what they're saying, and then I'm looking at the Saints roster. And to me, the biggest thing that keeps coming to my mind is the biggest reason for them feeling the way they're feeling about the Saints is one, they said the Saints they were saying that the Saints were too old. Now all of a sudden the Saints aren't an old team anymore. They got young talent. But my biggest thing is they're saying that because of the quarterback position. Let's say if the Saints will have bought in a veteran quarterback. I'm just throwing the name out there. Don't lose y'all mind. The man already signed here in Pittsburgh. If he would have came here, do you think the Saints still to be ranked as low as they are in all the categories they are? I don't think they would have. I think they got a solid addition, like I've stated on previous streams, a solid addition in Devon Gotcha. I think he's going to pay big dividends. He's been one of the top three, if not top, run stuffers in the league the last 2.5 to 3 years. You bring him in. I'm looking for the emergence, the continued development of a young man that I believe has a chance to unseat a veteran this year and make this squad again. Not just the practice squad. I'm talking about Christian Boyd. I got to see. I really can't wait to see him in pads to get his opportunity. And again, it's just a lot of negativity around the Saints right now. There's nothing flattering when you go and you look at all these rankings and everything, power rankings, um, look at ranking. position rankings. Saints are low in everything, which, by the way, I like. I like that because that tells me that's saying there's nowhere to go but what? Up. But we know there's talent on this team. They know there's talent on this team. On airline driving, there's a lot better talent on this team than people are giving them credit for, and that's because you're on the outside looking in. Just like I don't follow the Tennessee Titans every day, so I wouldn't know the ins and outs. They second, third, or even full string of practice squad guys like I know my Saints, but I'm sure they are more talented than people think they are. I know for a fact the Saints are more talented than people think they are, and I think the Saints are going to surprise a lot of teams this season. Gundam thing says that I think our offense will surprise a lot of teams. Again, consistency is going to have to be on offense. And first thing first for this entire team, it all starts with health. This has to be a healthy team. Vets were given day off yesterday, not because injury, and Coach Mo did say it was kind of like an analytic thing. So look, even down to the health, Coach Mo, I mean, he's crossing all his T's and dotting all his I's, baby. I'm so impressed. You can tell that this is the opportunity that this young man has been waiting for and dreaming about, and he is by no way taking it for granted. Like, well, this I can get me another one because it really don't work like that. Um, I just, I just think, and let me just say this, because when the coaching process was in play, I was skeptical about Kellen Moore because of just seeing him in his personality. I was like, and just looking at him like, can he, command the room? You know what I'm saying? But man, everybody who's been under his tutelage, everyone, they have none but the utmost respect for him as a football coach and a player. And the one thing they say that he is, man, he's approachable. He listens to his players. In other words, if a player says something, he takes into consideration what they're saying and then he sees if that fits in to what they're trying to do and will it play to the strength of that player and in totality helping this entire offense, this entire team get better. So again, I think, and I was just looking at him at the podium the other day, man, I call flashes of 2006. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I kind of call flash. Now that it's totally different because the other one was brash. The other one was brash, you know what I'm saying? But this one here is kind of quiet assassin, cerebral. That's what I call him. Yeah, I call him cerebral. A kind of a quiet assassin. But yeah, I think also Gundam the offense will surprise. But Logan, I don't know about you. I think the biggest key to that side of the ball again is the offensive line.
Yeah, it always starts in the trenches. The trenches outside of the quarterback position are the most important positions on the team. I mean, without an offensive line, the quarterback can't do anything. And without a defensive line, your linebackers and safeties and secondary can't do anything. They make the job they make everyone else's jobs around them easier. So I think the offensive line is going to be underrated. I think Banks is going to be really good. I think Pennon's going to surprise a lot of people, like that he's going to do very well at left guard. And Eric McCoy is your captain on that offensive line. I mean, without him, we've seen what happened when Eric McCoy's not out there. Everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And Ruiz has made strides each and every year. I mean, there's still times where I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Ruiz? But, I mean, that's our right guard, and we have to live with it. He's not like, Pro Bowl or anything like that, but he just gets the job done. And
he's solid.
Yeah, he's solid, right. He's solid enough for you to get the job done. And then that right tackle, you have Fuaga now, who did outstanding for you at left tackle last year. So, and then one of the things I heard in one of the post camp press conferences just yesterday, Juwan Johnson was saying that the team watched the finals together, OKC and the Indiana Pacers, and he compared the Saints offense to the Indiana Pacers. So I'm like, that's interesting because I mean, the Pacers was kind of like a fast-paced offense. They moved the ball around a lot. I mean, I liked what Tyrese Halliburton was doing. But, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton was basically the show. But, if it's going to be a Pacers kind of offense, I'm okay with that because they play a lot of pace and space, but they also grit and grind it sometimes too when they had Miles Turner out there in the paint. So
Right.
I'm okay with that because OKC is basically just Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and if he gets triple teamed and pass it out to Jalen Williams or give it to Chet Holmgren, that's easy enough.
Right.
So I'm okay if it's a Pacers style NFL kind of offense. I'm okay with that, and I think it's going to be very not flashy in a way, but it's going to be more modernized than what
Right.
we've seen the Saints do in the last 20 years. I think you're going to see more a spread offense, kind of like what the Eagles do. I mean, you might see us go under center every once in a while, but I think it's going to be primarily shotgun spread, college style.
Right.
Yeah. So it's going to be It's going to be interesting to see how it goes in the regular season because I know for a fact in preseason it's all going to be vanilla base. You're not going to see. Yeah. You're not going to see anything. Right. So. I know last year everyone was like, man, what the heck are the Saints doing on offense? It's so bland. Like this, and then we're talking preseason. I'm just thinking to myself, it's vanilla. That's how it goes in preseason. So you're not really going to see what this offense can do until you take the first snap in week 1. So it's going to be interesting to see.
All the closer to you, all the closer that you come to a real game that you really playing for is game 2. Of the preseason, when you started, most likely to be out there, presumably for the first half, and that's what I'm interested in seeing. Also, after the Chargers game, to me, you got to have your starting quarterback.
Right, you have to.
You got to know who. We can't go in the game too up to deciding who's going to start. We got to know who it is. He's got to get those reps that week, and the backups just got to get his reps, and the third stringer. You just get in when you get in the full stringer, just run the scouting team. Let's see. Gundam says Trevor Penning was getting smoked by Brian Bresee. He was tossing Penning like a rag doll. Concerning, very concerning. Was that every play, every down? No, there was a play where Brian Bresee got the best of him. But my thing is this. Let's see when the pads go on. And we know that Trevor Penning's strong suit is run blocking. Brian Bresee's weak suit is stopping the run control, gap control. So when the pads go on, and Penning and they're allowed, and they are allowed, excuse me, the crash dummies, bro, the crash out. Then we will see. But I did hear that report, and it's like anything negative that Trevor Penning does is intensified by 100. But anything good he does is like, oh, okay, but it was all right, but it was, come on, man, we got to be. But I understand what you're saying, Gundam. People did report that, but again, let's see when the pads come on. Again, this past season, Brian Bresee was third among defensive interior linemen with 7.5 sacks. Yet, he didn't even get honorable mention on ESPN's ranking for the top interior defensive lineman coming into this season. Make it make sense. Why? And the one thing that people point to is lack of ability to play against the run. And that's why you saw him being subbed out a lot last year on running downs and replaced by Colin Saunders because of his inability to stop the run. That's the area where he has to show the growth. And in his interview yesterday, matter of fact, I'm going to try to pull it up. He was speaking about Coach Bo Davis teaching him and how Coach Davis is helping him to understand his gap control, play with angles and everything. So I'm going to try to get that up for y'all in a second. Your thoughts on Trevor Penning and also Logan, let's touch on right quick a guy who had a wonderful camp last year, made the team. The first 2 weeks he was on the team, and right now the coach even praised him yesterday, Mason Tipton.
So I mean, there's always each and every year there's always these training camp MVPs. We've seen it with players like Emmanuel Butler. We all thought Emmanuel Butler was going to be the next one, and then when the season came around, it was just like, dang, they didn't even throw him in. So as for Mason Tipton, I mean, I liked him last year, what I saw in camp and even preseason, but when it came down to the regular season, they didn't really throw him in the rotation much at all. But maybe that's not his fault. Maybe that was the old regime's fault. But he has a lot of traits that I like. I mean, I'm not sitting here going to tell you that he's going to make the 53. I mean, if he does, then that means he more likes what he sees. But he's been making a lot of good plays in camp so far, OTAs, every mini camp. So we're going to see if he can actually translate that to not only the preseason but also the regular season if he gets thrown in a rotation. But yeah, Mason Tipton, and he's probably going to be training camp MVP again,
Right.
just like last year.
Yeah,
There's always somebody.
Yeah, and Coach called him. Coach Mo called him reliable. Again, he was doing what he's doing now. Last year, then unfortunately he got hurt. Came back during the season and was unable to pick up where he left off, though he had opportunities last year. So let's hope that he stay. First of all, I hope the young man healthy. And you all heard me talk on here about Mason Tipton. Why? Because I was disappointed. I was expecting more from him. Just like I talk about Isaiah Foskey. Damn it, I stood on the table for Isaiah Foskey. And right now, he's gone into this season. He's looking like a bust. Now, hopefully, everything can turn around with him there. But Mason Tipton, evidently, he's got the talent. And right now, shout out, man, to Nick Underhill at NOL football, New Orleans football, man. Nick even said it. Nick said if you were to do your 53-man roster right now, Mason Tipton's making the team. He's making the team. And so that's a good segue to this. Right now, Logan, let's say Mason Tipton is the full receiver. Who gets those last two spots as wide receiver 5 and wide receiver 6?
So, hypothetically, if it's Mason Tipton at number 4, so that means it's Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, and then Mason Tipton. So you have 2 spots left.
Right.
If it were my personal decision, I know how much you like this guy, you like Moochie Dixon, but if it was my personal decision, I would say Donovan Peoples-Jones gets the 5th spot because he's also a return specialist, and I don't know how Cedric Wilson has looked. It would either be down to Cedric Wilson for the number 6 spot or your guy, Moochie Dixon, because I don't know how they have looked in camp, but I would say Donovan Peoples-Jones gets the 5th spot, and the 6th spot's a toss-up between Cedric Wilson and Moochie Dixon.
Moochie Dixon. Okay. Moochie, you got to make something happen with them pants. Come on, baby. We got to make it happen, baby. Got to show them that explosiveness, baby. Moochie, listen, I'm saying, if Moochie don't make the 53, he making the practice squad if they can sneak him through waivers. But I'm telling you, I think he's going to bring one back in preseason.
I hope so.
I think he's going to bring one back in preseason and make now, because that battle to be that's another battle I think we need to pay attention to. We know Rasheed is the man, but I don't think they want to use him that much on kick. If they can get away from, and you kind of saw it last year, even a little before he got hurt, Pettis was already starting to get a lot of action back there as the top punt and kick return guy. This season, I don't think they want to use Rasheed like that. So Pettis, Moochie Dixon right now, to me, those are your top 2. And Donovan Peoples-Jones, your top 3 return. Do I throw Marcus Jones in there? I'm not sure if he had return skills, but for sure Peoples-Jones, Pettis, and Moochie Dixon, I think, will be vying to be the top kick and punt returner for the New Orleans Saints, and it could be someone I'm leaving out. And if you have anybody in mind in the chat, family, let us know. Go ahead, Logan.
I actually, you said a name that I think is being thrown under the radar right now, who I've loved from the first time that they actually signed him as an undrafted free agent, and that's Marcus Yarns.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved what he did at Delaware. He was a running back. He can receive. He's a receiving back. He can catch out the backfield. I think he had some returning experience at Delaware. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that, but I want to say he had a little bit of experience, not a lot, but he's a speedy guy. You can use him out wide. You can use him as a running back. I mean, I think he's flying under the radar right now, and I would like to see him make this 53 in some kind of way. Just like your guy Moochie Dixon, if he gets the opportunity, I think they can make the 53. So I don't know how Marcus Yarns didn't get drafted, because on my draft guide I had a 5th, 6th round grade on him. So, and he kind of reminds me of a Marlon Mack. I don't know if people remember him from the Colts. It's kind of like, kind of reminds me of a Marlon Mack, but a little bit more faster. So you can use him all over the field. That's what I like about Marcus Yarns. He's also a taller version of Sproles, if you can believe that, in my opinion. But yeah, there's a lot of players flying under the radar right now, and I think he's one of them.
Gotcha. Lawrence, how you doing? Come on in. For everybody don't know, Lawrence is a member of the Come On In Sports Network. He's the author of, the editor of the Come On In Sports Network's folding out the blog post. He does that for us, and he's also the host of Come On In Bills, baby. As nobody circles the wagon like his Buffalo Bills. Shout out to Lawrence, and shout out to my brother Jeremy. Give them a follow, family. Listen to them. They family, man. They cover the Buffalo Bills, family. Hey, we play the Bills this year. So follow my brothers on the Come On In Sports Network channel, and also you can follow them on X as well. Thank you for being here, my brother. All right. Lawrence in the building. Gundam says Haener also practice warrior. Exactly. And another one we leaving out. Once again, tight end, Michael Jacobson. Training camp, you heard it, one-handed snags, awesome catches. Can they translate to the field? Man, I mean, you hear these sayings, and you heard it. We heard it since we were young, and now we're in our adulthood, teen, young. Man, some players are practice players, and some players are not practice players. But when the lights come on, they just ball out. And I kind of think right now, I'm just saying, Jake, Mason, and Jacobson, right now, when the lights come on, bro, y'all ain't shining too bright. From the past. That's in the past. This is this year now. You know, new system, new start, fresh, everybody's healthy. And again, man, one thing we need to be thankful for, man, is help so far for the Saints. Because a couple of teams have lost starters already, man. Who was it got hurt on the first practice play? I forgot who it was. It skips my mind. But he was a starter, and on the first play of training camp, he gets hurt, blows his knee out. He's out for the whole year.
His name's escaping me too. I know who you're talking about. Man, I can't think of it.
Man, but listen, what we gonna do now, man? I was speaking about Brian Bresee. For those of you who have saw it, you go see it again. And for those of you who did not see his interview yesterday, we're about to watch it again. So let's hear from Mr. Brian Bresee. Breezy, be easy, baby. Let's do it. Let me get that up there.
Let's do it.
You know, obvious wins out there. Like, how did your off season go? What do you work on? What do you feel like better at right now?
You're just grinding at everything. You know, I think that's something that
put a one in the chat if y'all can hear it,
fam. This off season, I think Coach Davis has been awesome to really just picking his brain and seeing why things work and why they don't. And he's been great for me. And yeah, just grinding at it. You know, I think just doing whatever I can to be my best this year.
Can you elaborate on both being here and what you brought to this staff?
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's been awesome. He's a super high energy guy who brings his energy every single day, no matter what. And he's just a technician. He's everything you want a D-line coach. So he's been awesome for us.
What kind of goals have you kind of set for yourself this season?
And I want to win a Super Bowl every year. That's my goal. You know, we don't come out here to finish in second place. We come out here to win. So I don't think that changes no matter what.
Brian, what have you learned about first 2 years in the NFL, about the NFL, about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot different game than college. So just I think the biggest thing is things that I've needed to work on that maybe I wouldn't even have thought about in college. You know, things that I can improve on, and it's a different game. So I think that's probably the biggest difference for me.
the run stuff you had yesterday, like obviously no pads or anything, but like what value do you place? Like how do you evaluate that? Like as far as
Yeah, I mean, there's no pads on, but it's still physical out there. People are moving around, flying around.
It's a big dude you toss out of the way too.
I think just the only difference is putting on shoulder pads, just giving me something to grab onto. So
is that like a good? You feel like you're seeing the run any different or better?
Yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think just working on my technique, like I said, with Coach Davis this offseason has been a big help for me.
I'm gonna stop it right there, and Logan, there you go, right there. As he said, just working with Coach Davis, working on his run technique. I'm telling you, we're looking at a button store. If he develops into a solid run defender to go with his arsenal of pass moves and one of the quickest down spin moves I've seen, you know it's coming, but it's just winning. You can't stop it. The kid is gonna be. Listen, the kid got 7.5 sacks from the inside. 7.5. That's Pro Bowl numbers. For interior defensive lineman, his thing is he's got to get those tackles up for a loss, and he's got to become more stout against the run. And you heard him right there as he was being asked that by Nick Underhill. Here we go.
And just continuing that through camp and trying to continue to improve on it. So, yeah. Man, yeah, I mean, Tyron's been just a great vet to have around. He's, an all-time locker room guy, somebody who's super supportive, another guy who's super high energy. And, he's been awesome, not only for me, but for everybody since he's been here. So, upset for him. Upset for me, but super happy for him. He had a great career, and I think anybody here can say they grew up watching him, and so just super happy for him of the career that he's had, and he gets to go rest for a little bit now. So
obviously, him being the defensive back, what do you feel like being in the same from his time in the Chargers?
I think just his play style, like, playing two different positions. Obviously, techniques and everything is different, but just how he flew around, he knew the game so well, and just watching how he studied, and he was just a pro's pro. So, definitely, I think that'd probably be the biggest piece from him.
Do you put any pressure on yourself to kind of mature in real time and then become a leader in that group? Obviously, Cam has been there forever, but as a guy like Tyron retires, it's kind of a void in leadership that people need to step into. Is that something you think about?
Yeah, I don't think leadership comes as like, it's not something you put pressure on yourself to become. I think it comes with respect from the players around you. So I think you have to earn that leadership role. And yeah, I go out and give it everything I can every day. So, I think guys will, they respect that. So I think that's what it comes down to.
What have been your thoughts about Kellen Moore so far?
He's been great. He's obviously on the offensive side more than the defensive side, but he's been awesome. He's super, punctual with everything we do, and everything has a reason and a purpose. So he's been awesome.
There we go. That's something that we stated earlier. You just heard Ron Bresee say. He's a stickler. Everything's punctual. There's a purpose for everything that they're doing. And again, you got to be impressed with what you're getting from your head coach. I know the players are. I understand it's a new regime, but man, this is a great start that the Saints are getting off to under Kellen Moore, man. And the players greatly appreciate it. Hell, the veterans already got a vets day. And we ain't even getting the pass, and they already got a vet day. So, man, shout out to Coach Moore and his staff. John Tucker says, timeout. Tyler has been inconsistent. His feet hasn't been good at all. Now, he had his inconsistencies. Again, Spencer's been the most consistent, but by no means, John, has Tyler been awful, bad? He's looked like a rookie quarterback. And then he's had moments when you like, wow, that's why. Because there are throws that he made that everybody don't make, brother. That everybody can't make. I'm telling you. So that's all we saying. Shout out to my guy, James Patrick of the Celebrity Phone Podcast. James says, I like Bresee. Lots of bad luck in college. I think he isn't a superstar, but he could be a very solid starter. Not yet, James. Not yet, but you just wait. I'm telling you, once James, once he gets it, and listen, shout out, they brought in that's why that's why we had that kind of feud going on this summer when Coach Bo Davis was taken away from LSU, baby, and brought on back down to I-10 in New Orleans because Bo Davis, man, he makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, you're going to see a difference from this defensive front. And he's going to make a difference with this young man. The talent is undeniable with Brian Bresee. Like I said, it's about technique, refining his technique. And again, he can rush the passer. That's nothing for him right now. And he's only going to get better. And this is going into what, his third year? Going into his third year. He's gotten better from his rookie year last year and now this year. But the area he must improve in is run. Once he gets that penetrating in the backfield, get his tackle for losses up, sky's the limit. This kid, man, remember last year, 300 and something pounds jumping over high, hurling the offensive line to block a damn kick. Man, come on. They don't make them. They're not all made like that, baby. They're not all made like that. So let's finish up listening to Brian Bresee, then we're going to move on.
Yeah, they've been awesome. It's been, a short time so far getting them in here, but, yeah, they've been great. Got to talk with them last 2 days and pick their brains a little bit as well, but they've been awesome.
Got to see, like, I guess, videos, social, like, the workouts, things you're just voice things. How much has he, like, been able to, bring himself here? And, like, what has it been like, working with?
Yeah, no, I mean, it feels like he's been here. It doesn't feel like, he's new to the team. He's been a very vocal leader, somebody who's, obviously been there and done that. So just having him around and him knowing what the standard is and what it's supposed to look like, people respect that and listen to him, because he's been there and done it. So he's been great. He's a really good leader for us.
Brian, what's that defensive line like? A lot of players added this offseason.
Absolutely.
Which, a lot of depth in there, man. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, I mean, I think always, the D-line room is going to be one of the closest room in most locker rooms. So, it's obviously, healthy competition in there. Everyone's working to earn a spot on the 53-man roster. So, healthy competition, guys helping each other, but we're all competing every day to be our best.
Brian, 4.5 sacks year one, 7.5 last year. Like, what's the next level for you? Like, where do you want to take your game?
We have to wait and see. I think.
Let me see, 4.5, 7.
You can set goals on that. I think it's just go out and play and improve it. So I don't like to give any certain numbers.
No, well, outside of numbers, just like broad strokes. So like, what is year three like? Putting it all together. Like, what is it?
Yeah. Obviously, that's the goal. Yeah, I mean, playing better in both aspects of the game, run, pass, everything. I think there's just steps that you can improve on every year, and I've just try to continue to work on everything. So just bringing everything together, like you said. I think that's going to be a big thing for me this year.
How do you measure success? Because everyone wants to look at sack numbers, and it's like, okay, 7 plays of your season all boils down. Successful season.
Mm-hmm.
How do you measure? Okay, this is how I've improved from year 1 to year 2, year 3. Like, what do you look at?
I mean, I think there's a lot of measurables on that. I think if there's one thing that you're probably going to look at the most, it's going to be your grade sheet from your coach, right? He's going to know it the best of how you played things, how it's supposed to look. So, and just talking to him, seeing what things that he'll tell, like they'll tell you what you improved on, what you still need to work on, what hasn't changed. So, I think just talking to those guys and older players as well and seeing what they see.
Brian, what are your thoughts of the offensive line? A lot of investment in them, a lot of high traffic.
Absolutely.
You're one of them too. What's it like coming against them?
Yeah, I mean, a bunch of big athletic guys who move really well. They're physical. It's only been 2 days so far, but I'm excited to see them play and work together and just see how it goes,
Bump's going to have the first 3 picks in the draft next year?
I don't know. We're worried about LSU first. That's the first one. I'm sorry, everybody. But, yeah, that's the first one. That's the first goal.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, family. That was Brian Bresee. And listen, the young man says he needs to put everything together, man. And again, 4.5 sacks rookie season, 7.5 last year. That's 3.5, averaging 3 sacks a year, going up, baby. Let's keep it going up. 10.5, 11 sacks this year, baby. We talking Pro Bowl, All Pro mention, baby. So let's keep it going. And James, when that happens, James, you're gonna have to come back and you're gonna have to retract that. I'm keeping receipts. I'm keeping receipts, baby. But yeah, man. So before we get ready to get out of here, man, I'm gonna open up the lines too right now. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. But Logan, man, Rasheed Shaheed, man, has just been tearing it up, man. Guys, I mean, Rasheed has been an absolute beast right now in camp, man. And they say need for speed, man. Listen, what I like is that he is defining his role as a receiver as far as he's not a one-trick pony. It's not just go deep, take the top off the defense, or returning kicks. But there seems to be a more conscious effort on his part to improve his route tree, which is by all indication that has gotten a lot better. And my God, if the kid's route tree gets better, his route running, and yards after catching, that's something that he mentioned too, that he likes about Coach Moore's offense, that it puts you in space with an opportunity to get those yak yards after the catch. So Rasheed Shaheed, I think Rasheed Shaheed can have a breakout season this year. I think a breakout season for Rasheed Shaheed, to me, Logan, would be about 60 to 65 receptions for about 850 to 900 yards. What's your thoughts?
I think Rashid Shaheed's going to have a fantastic year. And if I had to I always make these comps to these old players and everything like that. But if I had to make a comp for Rashid Shaheed, to kind of put it in a nutshell for everybody, I mean, if people remember Zaire Hakeem, who used to play for the Rams, and then you got to maybe throw it back. I mean, he's not as tall, but Brandon Lloyd, he used to play for the 49ers. But I think Rashid Shaheed's going to have a fantastic year. Him and Chris Olave, and this style of Kellen Moore's offense, I think are going to take a next step, because now Rasheed Shaheed's going to be primarily focused on wide receiver and not as a return guy, because that's why they brought in all these other guys like Donovan Peoples-Jones and
right.
like your guy Moochie Dixon to take over the return specialist role, so he can primarily focus on being a receiver. And I think Rasheed Shaheed's going to tear it up this year. To put it aggressively, I think Rasheed Shaheed's going to tear it up, because everything that I've seen on footage, everything that I'm hearing, Rasheed Shaheed's catching everything. He gets out in open space, especially if he's out if he especially out there in the slot, because I think he's a mismatch out there in the slot, especially. I think he's going to have an incredible year. I mean, I'm not saying like 1,000 yards or anything like that, but I think he's at least going to be very close to it.
Right. Again, man, I just think he's due. We know the explosiveness that this young man has, as you can see there, man. And on that play there, Julian Blackmand was trying to dove for the ball and just missed it, and it's over. And also on that play, look at the ball placement by Spencer Rattler on that play. Mm-hmm. But while we know we're focusing on Rasheed Shaheed, but family, watch this throw by Spencer. Look at that.
Right at the needle. It's been an incredible battle.
It's been incredible, and I'm loving these kids, man, going back and forth. It's gonna be great, man. And like I said, leading up to game. So think about this, family. We're really going to pay attention to the preseason this year. You're really going to pay attention to preseason football this year. Now, after week 1, after that game against the Chargers, yes, everybody's going to come on. Whoever did good, whoever did bad, it's not going to matter if you was in there with the starters or not, and you had full stringers who ain't going to be on the team or the practice squad. It ain't going to matter. All going to matter is what you did when you was on that field. So looking forward to that battle with them coming up, family. And listen, before we get out of here, I'm gonna open up the line for anyone who might like to come on and join me and Logan for a second. Give us your thoughts on camp, the battles that you're looking forward to seeing when the pads go on. The link is now in the chat. And Any anybody that we haven't spoken about today, Logan, that you have heard has been making really good strides in camp, kind of under the radar.
I think we've kind of touched on everything. Now, I haven't heard much about how he's been in camp, but I'd be curious to know how someone like Rico Payton is doing, because we were focused on we've heard Quincy Riley had an interception off of a tip pass the other day in red zone drill. I mean, we know Kool-Aid, your cornerback, won, but I'd be curious to know how Rico Payton has looked, because last year he looked incredible. He looked incredible in preseason,
Yeah,
and I just want to know how is he looking in camp, because
well,
I think he's
I'm
going
glad
to. I'm thinking he's going to play a factor this year in the cornerback room, because
I'm glad you said that name because Ross did touch on him. Ross, and I forgot who, I believe may have been Nick also, but Rico Payton, not just special team, has been looking good. I'm telling you that, y'all know when we were talking about all these cornerbacks, I told y'all Rico. Look at Rico.
he's
Rico, good football player.
Mm-hmm.
And damn it, I'm telling you right now, I would not have a problem opening up against Arizona if Rico Payton, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Alontae Taylor are with three corners on the field to start the game. I would not be. Now, Quincy Riley and of course Ike Yadam are gonna have something to say about that, but the kid's been doing good. Tim Dunn, how you doing? King Nep's in the building. How you doing? Come on in. Nep say, "What's up, dog? What's up, Logan? What's going on, Nep?" Who else is in here? Tim Dunn. Tim, how you doing? How about Josheen Davis? I haven't heard about him.
I haven't heard about him either, but I do like him though.
I'm gonna reach out to some sources, and on the next show, Tim, I have an update for you with Josheen Davis, man. Appreciate it. All right, family. If nobody's coming in, look, this is just a special presentation. Wanted to come to y'all today. Wasn't able to get to you guys yesterday. Saints do have the day off. They'll be back at it tomorrow. Monday is the big day because, man, that's where we start hearing them pads pop, baby. They go at it Monday. Again, I want to thank Logan for joining us, family. Logan will be coming through this season with us, man. And listen, if you are a established television station, syndication radio station that's looking for a good reporter on the field, radio, behind the scenes, Logan's your guy, man. Just open the door and give my boy a chance, and you won't be sorry, baby. You won't be sorry. So with that being said, family, listen, like always, before we get out of here, love and who that. Have a nice weekend, family, and we out.